What's up, guys? So we haven't touched on Ashes of Creation for some time, but they've been chugging out a lot of updates. And just recently, about 3 or 4 days ago, they released this video on their Twitch stream showing off the action combat. And they are about a whole quarter, about 3 months early for their Alpha Phase 1, which you can still purchase right now. It's on their website. And this is their action style combat. They're going to be testing action style combat, they said, for approximately 9 months. The first part of phase 1 is going to be kind of more of a battle royal system. About 100-man person, kind of like Fortnite, battle royal style, free-for-all stuff, and similar game modes like that. And then after several months of testing on that, then they're going to go into a more environmental testing, it looks like. But we'll see. We'll see what the future holds for that. But the big news is they were going to Gamescom. Gamescom was going to be huge, massive announcements coming out of there. And sadly, the one thing that got everyone talking is that they announced a publisher for the EU and the Russian regions. And they're using my.com. There's been outrage over that announcement. And so much that there's just been massive cries for like change publisher. Oh no, the game is doomed. The game is dead. My value of my pack has went from $1,000 now to like $5. But we'll see how this shakes out. Steven has gone on the record now and saying that they have 100% creative control of Ashes of Creation, and that my.com and mail.u, I believe it is, are just responsible for like the marketing, the customer service, the translations, and things like that. So we'll see. And in just a few minutes here, I'll let you hear Steven's own words on Discord, and you can be the judge of that and what your thoughts are. So the action combat looks really good, I thought, for pre-alpha, for about 2 years out of actual gameplay. We have to see how it actually plays, though. But, I mean, so far, everything in Ashes of Creation looks good. That's what they're going for. I mean, the graphics are amazing. It's a flashy game. It looks good. We'll see how it plays. It did play okay for a pre-alpha, last year at PAX West. They're not going to be there this year with playable demos on the floor at PAX West. They're going to have a panel, though, and they're going to be discussing, chatting some news and such at PAX West. But no real player interaction with the game at that point. We should be able to play Alpha 1 and getting you Alpha 1 footage next month as well, because it should be off of the NDA. We'll see how that goes. So again, this definitely looks good for pre-alpha. There's going to be a lot of work done to the animations, the combat, skills, abilities, and so forth. But for where they're at, this is about a 1-year milestone for Ashes of Creation. This is pretty damn amazing. So now I give you Steven in his own words.
The process in exploring our opportunities with Ashes of Creation and publishing in both the EU and CIS in Russia, we had a very long search. We chatted with pretty much every possible partner that was available to bring the project to those regions. And for us, really the focus was being able to have a simultaneous launch globally, and in order to do that with the pace that we are moving at, hitting a target before 2020, it really was not an option for us to publish ourselves. So we knew that finding a partner would require that they not only shared our vision from a anti-pay-to-win standpoint and from a quality service standpoint, but that they were willing to make Ashes of Creation their #1 priority from a published game. Now, obviously, a lot of publishers that exist out there, they have a lot of games under their belt, and sometimes smaller games can get lost in the mix of responsibilities that a publisher might have. So we wanted to make sure that a publisher understood and recognized that Ashes of Creation will very likely be one of the largest MMORPGs to release in a very good amount of time. And My.com and Mail.ru, like many publishers, they come with good and bad, just like developers do. But in our discussions with them, we felt most confident and sincere that their company was focused on sharing our vision from not just a design standpoint and a monetization standpoint, and turning the page on what has previously been a market dominated by Eastern developers with particular monetization tactics that are more acceptable in their regions. But that they wanted to share the course forward with a Western developer like Intrepid Studios and emphasize a different path kind of less traveled over the past decade. So we felt most sincere with My.com and Mail.ru's intent to follow through with that, which is why we were really excited in announcing our partnership with them for Europe and Russia. Now, aside, I have read and seen the concerns, even though today was a unbelievably busy day. I have obviously read and watched the comments in Discord, and part of that is not just a creative vision standpoint, because that is a fairly easily alleviated concern, understanding even My.com coming to the Discord and expressing that point that our vision is 100%, we are in control of that. But additionally, that from a customer service standpoint, from a server standpoint and quality of service, that we have stipulated very particular performance benchmarks in order to publish Ashes of Creation in EU and in Russia, and those will be adhered to. We have that in ink. So regardless of the history that may exist in the perception and eyes of our community or in the broader MMORPG community, I would ask that.
Is he dying?
I think he died.
We lost him.
Steven, no!
Most likely.
He's back.
He's back.
Hey guys. Sorry, I got a phone call. Apparently, Discord connects you to get a phone call on your phone. Where did I leave off? Oh, okay. So with regards to, I would ask a bit of leeway and understanding and trust from you guys as a community in the fact that I understand the reputation and history of many publishers. I have run a very large guild.
Thomas said hi.
Oh my goodness. Do you hear me? Again?
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry. Again, the phone call. It will not stop calling. Very funny
Never
story.
stop.
I'm sorry. A very funny story. I met an interesting taxi driver on the way to Gamescom this morning, and no joke, he pulled over on the side of the road, jumped out of the car, and peed on the side of the road. And then he got back to the car and said, "I'm sorry, I had to go pee." So, oh my gosh, I've never experienced such a thing. Anyways, really funny. It was interesting.
That sounds like a Mad Deadpool ripoff.
Yes, sir.
So, anyways, I would ask the trust of the community that I would never form a partnership and relationship to the degree that we will be forming one with My.com Mail.ru if I did not have the utmost confidence, regardless of whatever history might exist, that their commitment to not only the project Ashes of Creation, but to our vision would be one that moves our community into a very good position, both from a customer service standpoint and a quality of service as well. But let me go specifically and start addressing some of the questions. So, we'll start at near the top.
So as you can see, a very long, lengthy discussion or monologue about that and his decision. It's going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. He wants us to take the wait and see approach, and hopefully they don't screw over the game and the people in the community in Europe and Russia. But that's all to be seen. And right now, the Europeans and Russians are very pissed off. I mean, rightfully so, I guess. I'm not familiar too much with them and their antics. There's definitely a lot of history there. But yeah. All right, guys, what do you think? Post down below. As always, if you are interested in Ashes of Creation, there is a link down below. That is my referral link. You could use that, and that helps support the channel here. Thanks for all your time, and hopefully you're not in Russia or Europe right now.